I'm Patrick Byers, Horticulture Field Specialist with University of Missouri Extension, and I'm pleased to share with you the current fruit report. As our feature for this fruit report, I'd like to discuss peach diseases, and I want to thank Dr. Michelle Warman, who is the University of Missouri Extension State Fruit Crops Specialist, for use of text that she presented recently at an online workshop related to peach production and peach diseases. And the 5 diseases that I'll briefly discuss are peach leaf curl, brown rot, peach scab, bacterial leaf spot, and powdery mildew. Peach leaf curl is a very interesting disease. It is early in the growing season, but the infection points for peach leaf curl actually take place before the tree breaks bud. The symptoms are visible 3 to 4 weeks after bud break, and as we note in this picture, we see a thickening and puckering of the leaves, oftentimes red in color, that causes the leaves to curl. Infections take place when the temperature is below 61 degrees, and you need about 12 and a half hours of moisture for infection. And the infections actually take place very early in the spring as buds begin to swell and bud scales loosen. When temperatures are above 70 degrees Fahrenheit, the fungus goes dormant. Peach leaf curl can be damaging if it occurs several years in succession. If the infection is severe enough, it can cause defoliation and weakening of the trees. The disease is managed with a spray either before buds swell in the spring or in late autumn after leaf fall. Peach brown rot is a serious fungal disease that strikes not only peaches but the other stone fruits such as plums, cherries, and apricots. The disease can cause blossom and twig blight. It can also cause cankers, but it's frequently most noticeable as it rots the fruit. Infections can occur within 5 hours of leaf wetness at 60 to 70 degrees F, but they can actually develop at low temperatures as low as 41 degrees Fahrenheit, but the optimal temperature for infections to take place is about 77 degrees. The disease overwinters on mummies, cankers, and then it can be spread from these overwintering sites by insect activity in the spring. The management strategies, first of all, to prune out cankers, but this typically does not give sufficient control of the disease. This disease is commonly managed through the application of fungicides throughout the season. There are many products that are labeled. Sprays typically begin at pink before flowering and continue through pre-harvest. Peach scab. This fungus causes black spots on the fruit, as we can see in this photo. And sometimes we see olive green lesions on the undersides of leaves as well. It can also cause lesions on the twigs, but these are not always visible until a year after infection. This particular disease has a long incubation time, 42 to 77 days in some cases. It becomes an issue with wet periods at 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and sprays to manage peach scab should take place from petal fall through cover sprays. Frequently, the sprays that manage brown rot give adequate control of peach scab as well. Bacterial leaf spot can be a serious issue on peaches. This particular disease causes fruit and leaf spots. As we see in the photos, the fruit spots frequently have a purple margin and they're frequently angular in shape. And it can cause a scabbing or other disfigurement of the fruit, which makes the fruit unmarketable. Severe infections can cause premature defoliation and weakening of trees. Hot, dewy, wet conditions favor infection. Infection can occur season-long, but much of the infection takes place during the 3 weeks after petal fall, particularly if you have rainfall during that period of time. Pathogen is spread and entry is favored by abrasions. And again, windy, sandy sites tend to have more problems with bacterial leaf spot. Peach rows next to dirt roads tend to have more problems with bacterial leaf spot. The first line of management of bacterial leaf spot is to select resistant cultivars. A spray program for bacterial leaf spot may begin with a dormant copper spray, but the sprays that are typically critical for bacterial leaf spot management are mycoshield sprays from May through June if the orchard has a history of this disease, and these sprays should continue until 3 weeks before harvest. Powdery mildew. This fungus infects the leaves, shoots, and fruit. Typically, we notice the damage on the fruit as we see in this photo here. We get white circular spots that enlarge and later turn brown. Optimum conditions for powdery mildew infection are when temperatures are 70 degrees F and high humidity, but it can occur at any point above 35 degrees. And the important sprays for managing powdery mildew are applied from shuck split through cover sprays. A wealth of information on peach disease management is found in the Midwest Fruit Pest Management Guide. This guide is now updated in hard copy every 2 years and will have a new edition available in 2021. This publication includes information on the fungicides and bactericides that are labeled for managing peach diseases, and particularly information on the application rates and the proper timing of pesticide sprays. The online edition is available at this website through Purdue University, and the online edition is updated as changes are noted in labels or other information. So check the Midwest Fruit Pest Management Guide for in-depth information on managing peach diseases. Now let's move into the July calendar of activities for tree fruits. With peaches and other stone fruits, harvest is definitely underway. Early season peaches can ripen as early as the end of June in southeast Missouri, and we're well into harvest through the month of July across the state. This year, the peach harvest will be less than in an average year. There was substantial damage in many orchards from spring frosts. Summer pest and disease management is very important during this period of time. As just discussed, brown rot is an issue now, and there are a number of insect pests where cover spray management is very important. This is also a time to look towards borer management, particularly peach tree borer management. With apples and pears, summer pest and disease management is very important during this period of time. With strawberries, annual plasticulture growers will be preparing planting sites at this point. If growers are propagating their own plug plants, this process will also be underway. If not propagating their own plants, you will definitely want to order your plants as soon as possible from a nursery for delivery for planting in time for plasticulture planting, which is typically done in September. Matted row strawberry growers, at this point, we're maintaining plantings. Maintaining plantings at this point is very important because the potential for next year's crop is set by the conditions during this period of time for the previous year. Bramble harvest continues on floricane brambles, and at the end of July, we see the first harvest on primocane brambles. As floricane harvest ends, it's a good practice to remove these spent floricanes. And pest management at this time, particularly Japanese beetle and spotted winged Drosophila on fruiting brambles, is very important. Blueberries, the harvest continues, although much of the blueberry crop will be harvested by mid-July. Pest management, again, Japanese beetle and spotted winged Drosophila is important at this time. And with elderberries, we'll begin harvest in late July. And again, Japanese beetle and spotted winged Drosophila pest management are important on elderberries at this point as well. And for more information on fruit crop management and the calendar of activities, reach out to your local MU Extension horticulturist. This map lays out the various territories as far as county assignments for horticulture specialists across Missouri. Find your home county and then find the contact information for the horticulture specialist assigned to your county. If you happen to be in a county that does not have an assigned horticulture specialist, reach out to the closest one. I'm sure they'll be happy to help you.